This is a Face IQ video. I hadn't heard of this guy prior to this video, but I think he is a part of like the Looksmaxxing black pill community. He does a lot of like physical analysis or analyses of people and how they look, and he is going to be criticizing my video today about me making fun of the black pill community.
Lamest people on the internet.
The internet's got this variety of
Is this in super speed?
That would be you.
niches and groups, but I think I found the lamest one. You know, Looksmaxxing. This is them, but like even lamer somehow.
Brain rot content.
Blackpilling. Bro, I keep getting on like blackpill content. Like people use this one clip of me
Why is he watching my video in 2x?
where I say the first thing that somebody recognizes about you is your looks, and that's how they determine whether or not they're attracted to you.
Yeah, that's how it works. Yeah.
Because of copyright? I don't think you would get copyrighted for reacting to my content.
And that's how they determine.
Hold up. I gotta restart this video. That just took me off. That took me by surprise. This was in 2x.
Lamest people on the internet.
The internet's got this variety of
That would be you.
niches and groups, but I think I found the lamest one. You know, Looksmaxxing. This is them, but like even lamer somehow.
Brain rot content.
Blackpilling. Bro, I keep getting on like blackpill content. Like people use this one clip of me where I say the first thing that somebody recognizes about you is your looks, and that's how they determine whether or not they're attracted to you.
Yeah, that's how it works. Yeah.
But then after that, I talk about how the majority of building a relationship and actually getting somebody to like you is your personality, and
Okay, remember, a prerequisite's more important than that. Remember?
they just cut that off. So
The prerequisite is more important in the sense of starting a conversation, but personality does matter for building relationships with people. Yes, your looks get your foot in the door, but after your foot's in the door, your foot could get crushed pretty quick if you don't know what to do next, you know? Like, just looking good doesn't mean that you're going to nail, you know, like a good conversation. You might get that conversation started. Yo, throw it in sub only. You might get that conversation started, but you're not going to be able to fucking continue it after that.
they just
No, we understand that. We just understand a prerequisite's inherently more important because it's the prerequisite. If you do not meet the physical standards, then you are rejected. Does that make sense?
cut that off. So they
I don't think it's an immediate rejection. If you don't meet the physical standards of somebody, they're less likely to spark a conversation with you because they would be less interested in you to begin with. But it is proven that partners find each other more and more attractive through, you know, compatibility over time. Like, if you are maybe not, you know, the most attractive person in the world to somebody, like, say they think you're a 7, not a 10. As they get to know you, they would perceivably find you more and more attractive because of your personality. But I get what you're saying in that, like, the prerequisite of any initial relationship is attraction, you know, physical attraction. I'm not disagreeing with the black pill community about that. I think I might have contradicted myself at times in that video that I made as well, where I was criticizing the black pill community, because yes, there is, I'm not saying that looks don't matter in relationships, because that's a lie, right? They do. Because when you meet somebody, the first thing you notice is what they look like. I get what you're saying prerequisite-wise on that, but to say that the prerequisite is what matters the most, okay, fine. But that's only the first second of a relationship. You know, you can't say the rest of the shit doesn't matter.
put the clip of like me saying, hey, like people, the first thing that somebody notices about you is your looks, and then they're just like, yep, that's it. I'm like, that's not it. Like
But it's the most important, which is what the black pill says. It says physical attractiveness is the most important thing for attracting women. So
Physical attractiveness is the most critical factor in determining men's dating success, especially in modern Western culture. A man's money, status, and social skills are argued to be other factors of secondary importance. An expanded alternate theory definition proposes that a man's dating and life outcome generally relies on genetically determined traits. I think that dating success in terms of landing the first date, but I would argue that somebody that is insufferable as a person, regardless of looking like Marlon, you know, is going to fail in the dating pool if they are, you know, fucking a dickhead, you know? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you, yes, you could be really attractive, but if after that first date, you know, they go, wow, that person's a dud, they're going to fucking leave. It doesn't matter if you're hot.
your height, your frame, your physique, your face. That's the most important. Understand?
I think finding somebody attractive is off looks. Like that does matter.
Okay.
Some people say it does, but
If it's the prerequisite, then it's the most important. Because if you fail it, then your personality doesn't matter. Right? It's pretty simple logic.
Yeah, but it's like you're ignoring every other factor. It's like the prerequisite's the most important, so it's what matters the most. Okay, but I think you're going to realize after you spend 8 years fucking looksmaxxing that when you finally get into a long-term relationship, you know nothing about compatibility because everything that you've done is focused on what you look like. Like, I just feel like it's not bad to say, I need to look more attractive to get dates. But it's like, I guess maybe, I'm not saying it's the black pill community in general. It's the black pill influencers that I see on TikTok, which maybe that's brain rot clips. But a lot of the black pill influencers that I see are more raving about how looks matter so much that it is the only thing you should care about in like, you know, day-to-day, functionality of your life. You know, you should be working out, which is good for your health, but it's not like, hey, you should be working out for your health and for looks. It's like everything you do around yourself should be focused on facilitating your fucking 1 out of 10 rating on how good you look. And that breeds narcissism. Does it not? Like, would that not make you more dickheadish? Like, if you can't focus on your looks that heavily day to day and not become an asshole. And that's coming from somebody that claims I used to be a narcissist. I used to care so much about how I look. That's not one of the only reasons. But it's like, I used to be more narcissistic, you know? Like, so if you can't sit here and go, oh, I'm going to care about all I look, and that's the only thing that I'm going to fucking focus on, and then not become like a fucking asshole. Because you're going to be so hyper-focused on you, you know, not anybody else. Not like taking care of the person, having the conversation. You get your foot in the door. After that, they're going to fucking slam it in your face. It doesn't matter.
In terms of long-term relationship capability, no. But I'm saying, yeah.
But it's the prerequisite, remember?
That's the first thing that somebody recognizes about you is your looks, because that's the subconscious opinion is going to be how you look. But that's not the only thing that matters. And like the way
Yes, and no one claims otherwise.
that I understand black pill is that the only thing that matters is your...
No, it's the most important thing by definition, not the only thing. Idiot.
It's not the only thing, but yes. Saying it's the most important thing, though, and putting that much weight on looks diverts attention from other categories of yourself, right? That's the point that I'm trying to make. You know, you're never building anything about you outside of your looks, right? Your hobby is what you look like because you focus so much on that.
Your looks. And I think that's wrong. Because
Yeah, and that is. That's a straw man because the black pill doesn't say that. Idiot.
that is where not only, yes, maybe in the terms of like the first thing somebody notices is your looks, but then they're going to realize your entire personality is structured around how you look, which is like obscene narcissism. Like, it's just...
Yeah, I'm kind of just repeating myself.
It actually hasn't been an issue in my experience.
That would be a fallacy. Idiot. What? Like, you literally, that would be a fallacy. That's in my experience. I'm using a fallacy. You're using a fallacy. Don't point out that we're using fallacies if you're also going to use fallacies. In your experience, doesn't fucking matter, right? Like, now we're agreeing to disagree. Now we're both sitting here just going, all right, well, we're arguing in terrible formats. In a court of law, this wouldn't hold up because we're just using illogical points.
A fucking rapport within yourself of like, I look great, I look awesome. This is how I need to look. I need to change my haircut. I need to start mewing. Maybe I should get facial surgery.
Well, yes, an idiot who's talking about mewing, perhaps.
Bro, you're 20. Bro, your brain's not even done developing yet. You're gonna get fucking plastic surgery.
Your brain never stops developing. You don't understand the science about that, though, do you?
No, your brain doesn't stop developing. Your brain constantly ages throughout the entirety of your life. But the majority of brain growth and development starts, kind of slow turning down at around 25, if I'm correct on that. Maybe I'm wrong, but it's like your brain still ages and your brain changes throughout your entire life. But that's kind of to also compensate for certain parts of your brain getting more, I guess, dumbed down or dying, right? That's why, like, wisdom is usually kind of prized through older people, whereas, like, intelligence, reaction time, and, like, in-the-moment decision-making is more prominent for younger individuals, right? Like, strategy, like, wisdom, like, all that stuff, carries through, and you get that through not only experience, but also brain development. But, yeah, I think I was more so saying, like, getting surgery to look different when you're below 25 and you haven't even physically stopped changing is absurd, Like, you see these guys that are like, I'm going to get plastic surgery, and they're 19, they're 20. I'm like, you might look different. Obviously, your bone structure isn't really going to change much. So I see what they're saying in that sense, but it's like, maybe give it some time.
Never stops. The 25 figure is false. It never stops developing.
20 years old because you think that you don't look good. Like, it's your life, fine.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, like, don't think that, like, that's the end all be all on whether or not people are going to like you is how you look. It's because they take,
It is essentially.
like, the idea of black pill is they take something that isn't absurd to say and then make that the only thing that matters. Like, good-looking people
Is he going to say it's the prerequisite for the 50th time?
get better connections in life. Is that true
Correct.
to a degree? Potentially.
To a high degree. In fact, if you look at the CEOs of the Fortune 500, I think the average height is 6'3". It's fucking insane. Like, height in success is super important.
I'm not going to disagree with the idea that looking better enables you to get more connections, because you find more utility-based friends, or not utility-based friends. You find there's like 3 different types of friends in Aristotle's, not Nicomachean. Is it Nicomachean ethics? There's 3 types of friends. One's like of utility, one's of something else, and one's of virtue. And the one in the middle is like friend of value or something, and you kind of like being around them. And a lot of like success stories in the business sense are of attractive people that kind of brought themselves up rather than having like nepotism behind them where they, grew into wealth. But that's also because they had to make themselves stand out. And yes, more attractive people do, tend to do that. I'm not going to disagree with that.
But I think that
Yes, your brain is
Brady said, yes, height.
very neuroplastic.
Brady's 6'5" at heart.
It develops the rest of your life. It never stops developing. That 25 figure is false.
the idea that looking good gets your foot in the door. But when you
So that's more important, isn't it? Because if you don't get in the door, then your personality doesn't matter at all.
Yeah, but if you're focusing on success in the business world and a huge portion of your day is dedicated to how you look, and then you actually get down and you sit at that meeting and they interview you and they understand that you're a fucking dumb piece of shit because you haven't fucking studied what you need to know to get. Now we're not even talking about relationships. now we're just talking about like black pill, like how you look in the sense of like business success. Yes, looking good helps you land that interview. But then if you suck in the interview, they're not going to fucking hire you. You know, you're not going to build that relationship with that person if you go out and get drinks and you actually shoot shit about what your ideas are and your ideas are terrible. You know what I mean? Like if you're trying to be an entrepreneur, your ideas matter more than what you look like, you know? Like I just don't, I get what you're saying. And I agree that like how you look does aid success in the business sense, but it's not the thing that is determining whether or not you're successful.
Idiot.
But Joe, it's the prerequisite. I know it's the prerequisite. I know it is a prerequisite.
really care about looking good, and then you get your foot in the door, and they're like, okay, hey. And
But if you nail that prerequisite, you've done 90% of the work.
No, you haven't. What? Bro, you're acting like life is like a YouTube thumbnail. Like, oh my gosh. It's just like, if you're trying to date to fuck, maybe. Like if you're just trying to get one night stand hookups and you just want to look good so people will just have sex with you, fine. But if you actually want to have a girlfriend and a wife, and you only focus on how you look, they're not going to like you.
If you actually look good enough for someone to want to date you long term, you have surpassed 90% of men. So,
bro, I'm going to have the counterpoint though that women get with guys, you see there's so many people and they get judged for it. I have so many friends that even they themselves say their girlfriend's out of their league. And they're not Looksmaxxers, right? They land that girl because the girl likes them, Like they like their personality because the women that they're with have dated guys that maybe they would perceive as more attractive than them, right? But those guys were assholes. Those guys weren't treating them the way that they wanted to be treated. So it's like, I don't know. It's a fallacy, Joe. Yeah, bro. I'm not going to call him out on his I called him out on a fallacy because he called me out on one. I'm not going to sit here and say we're having some fucking actual debate. We're not debating. This is a conversation.
then your personality matters a lot less because you're actually physically desirable. Don't you understand?
Your personality matters less because you're more physically desirable. I think in the sense of, yeah, having sex, but not in the sense of dating, you know? Like, not in the sense of, like, actually being with someone.
And that.
And they start asking for your qualifications, or they want to learn about you, and you're the most dull person ever. Because
So yes, let's make up a fake scenario.
all you care about is whether or not you look appealing. It's like, man, that's like, I don't know. It
Strawmans of despair.
also causes so much stress within yourself, you know? The idea of having to constantly be like, I need to look this way. I need to be this attractive. It's now you're like, you're hindering your own mood, you know? The pivot of how you feel in life is going to be how you look that day.
Well, yeah, it's increased insecurity, you know? I think, and the one thing that I will say is, I don't think, like, a lot of black pillars mean to be mean when they're talking about looks. They look at it at a very objective sense, which I understand, right? They're not like making fun of you for being ugly. They're just like, you're a 5, you know, you're a 4. Your face dimensions are fucked. But it's like, if you're somebody that's a part of that community and you're like self-criticizing yourself, it's like, wouldn't you just go day to day being like, God, I'm so ugly. My facial structure sucks. You know, nobody's ever going to love me. It's like, fuck, man. Like, now, like, you're not confident in yourself. And confidence can stem from attraction, but confidence doesn't stem from how other people find you attraction. Confidence doesn't stem from how attractive other people find you. Confidence stems from how you feel about yourself. And if people are a part of the black pill community and gaining value out of that, I'm fine with it. You know, whatever. If you are more confident in yourself, and because you're feeling like you need to do some sort of Looksmaxxing thing, that's fine. But my concern is that, like, the self-love integrated with the idea of, like, hey, I'm so fucking ugly, my genetics suck, make you more insecure, and whatever you gain out of Looksmaxxing in terms of objective attractiveness, you lose in insecurity, right? You might be more attractive to somebody else, but you won't hold that confidence because you're not confident in yourself.
Like, I don't know, man. And it's just like living for other people.
Black pill content. This is a group of people that believe looks and genetics are the most
What if you're just ugly? What do you mean? Like, what do you mean if you're just ugly?
important thing in life, and they decide how
The most important, correct. And not in life and dating.
every interaction is gonna go, which is, you know, sort of.
You were saying in life, though, because you're saying with business stuff, too. And I would say this is more an argument less about dating and more about, like, hookups, right? Like, I get the argument for blackpilling if it's just like, I just want to look good so I could hook up with somebody I met at a bar, had a 10-minute conversation with, and then we fucking, you know, hooked up.
Every interaction is gonna go, which is, you know, sort of.
Well, what is it? It's like
False, that's a straw man.
it's like subhuman, sub 5, sub 3, low tier normie, high tier normie, Chad. Like, there's a ranking system in the black pill, like, community
Correct.
where they, like, rank what you look. And a lot of the time, they'll say that I'm, like, a normie or a low tier normie. Like, I saw one guy do
You're a normie.
a whole facial analysis on me, and he said I was a 5.
That's not inaccurate.
He said I was a 5. And he was like, if he fixed his hair
That's not inaccurate. Yeah, no, you got some problems.
and got Greek curls, he'd maybe be a little bit better. But they'll be
Yeah, it's largely you're exposing your
My fat fucking forehead. Yes. My gigantic cranium. My head is huge. Yes. I can't wear regular hats.
overly wide neurocranium.
Man, this guy's growing on me. This guy's growing on me. It's your overly wide neurocranium. Your head looks weird. Just say that. Just say that. Why are you fucking making it all scientific? Just say my head looks fucking weird.
Doesn't look good.
My chin protrudes. Your nose is fucking crooked.
like his nose is crooked, his jaw's too far out. I'm like, man,
Yeah, your jaw's too wide.
bro, I don't care. And the guys that are making those analysis videos are like 3s. Like, I just, how are you gonna sit there and make all of your content
Because their looks has nothing to do with yours, idiot.
about like, hey, I'm gonna rank how this person looks?
I could look like the most greasy, ugly subhuman or a Chad. It doesn't matter.
Oh my god, I hate, bro, subhuman. Like, bro, like, oh my god. Like, we're calling people subhuman because it's like, yo, you're so fucking, yeah. I get the point. I get the point. Where he's like, it doesn't matter if you're a 3 because it's about objective attractiveness. Like, a 3 is still ranking you on an objective scale knowing they're a 3. But it's just like, ugh.
I'm giving you an objective assessment, idiot. And also, it's funny, you're now referring to how they look as if that matters. So you're kind of implying the black pill yourself.
Well, I feel like it's the perceived aggression. I think I had a bad first look at the community in that, like, all the shit I would originally see was just like hate spewing about certain people and being like, oh, you're sub 3, you're subhuman. And there are people a part of the community that do that. But I think from the objective standpoint, it's not meant to be malicious. I was just kind of making fun of the people that are ugly, a part of the black pill community, that are being assholes, right? Does that make sense? Where it's like, you're not being objective, like you're ugly, and then also going on, you know, social media and just being like, this person's fugly as shit. Like the people that are in comment sections that make fun of people they deem as ugly when they themselves are twos. It's like, why are you doing that? Like, it's like you're putting yourself on a higher... It's like you're making fun of somebody else to try and put yourself up on a higher pedestal. It's like, let me find more people that are uglier than me because that'll make me, in retrospect, more attractive objectively. But it doesn't.
When you're, like, literally in a basement that's wet, underground.
And what does that have to do with your face if they're in a basement that's wet, Joe? What does that have
Nothing. You're right.
to do with your face, idiot?
Just, like, fucking...
He's called me an idiot like 30 times.
Just ranking people. I'm like, yeah.
What if they're fucking sucking a dick while they're rating you? Does that matter? Idiot.
Just, like, fucking... Just ranking
Oh my
people. I'm like, yeah.
What if they're fucking sucking a dick while they're rating you? Does that matter? No. Idiot.
A 5. I don't care. Right? Like, I used...
See, no, he just broke character there. What is with, like, the fucking... Like, the monotone... Show emotion. Show emotion. Why? Like, he giggled for a second and then immediately... Look at him lock back in.
While they're rating you. Does that matter? No. Idiot.
A 5. I don't care.
No, and then he went,
Right,
no, I
I-
gotta focus up.
I used to
Surely you don't. That's why you keep talking about it.
care so much about how I looked. And I still do fixate on certain things. Like, I fixate on my hair a lot, right? Because I do think I am gonna go bald. And so that upsets me. But, like, there are days where I'll just be like, I didn't do my hair. And I'll just, like, fucking leave it. So...
And the thing that makes these people so lame is that they're quote-unquote straight men who edit other men because they think they look good, or they argue about which man they think looks better in the comment section, and just bully people who aren't conventionally attractive. When I know damn well...
Well, who's the famous guy that's technically the pinnacle of, like, black
Keep pausing the video, bro.
pill Chad? Oh, my God. Who is it? No, not Marlon.
You're pausing the video, too! Nah, this guy's being a cornball.
It's like a famous Hollywood actor. I don't know, man. I mean, like, this is...
Gotta prevent smile lines? No, I'm...
That's, like, one of the guys. I know, it's Ian Somerhalder. I would agree more on Ian Somerhalder than Jordan Barrett. Ian Somerhalder's a fucking hot guy. But, like, I don't know. Why is he the pinnacle of, like, Chad? Because his facial structure is good? Like, it's because, oh, well, they'll say I have a negative canthal tilt, too, and that makes me look like a bitch. I'm like, Chad, this is, like,
That's something to laugh about.
actual shit. Where it's like,
It is something to laugh about because I don't care. Because if you're going to fucking sit there and cry about the fact that you have a negative canthal tilt, that's only making you less confident, more insecure, and more unattractive. Like, I know I'm contradicting myself in this video, but it's contradictive to view yourself in that negative of a way because then you're going against the idea of being more attractive because you're purposefully just making yourself more unappealing because you're now unconfident in yourself.
analyze me and they'll be like, yo, he
I don't give a fuck, bro. My eyes are angled like that. Who cares?
looks like a bitch.
No, your biggest issues are not that.
Okay, it's like if you ever want to feel the worst you've ever felt in your life, ask somebody from the black pill community to rate how attractive you are, and they will be like, yeah, man, I think it's cooked. You're so ugly. And I'm like, god damn, man, like the fucking standards we have.
Oh, these people behind their desk looking like this and telling you this guy's right eyebrow is bigger than his left, so he's cooked. And then proceed to tell me this is the peak.
What a brain rot, like, low IQ original video as well, like with this little corny editing. It's like appealing to what, 12-year-olds?
St. Don?
Male beauty.
Yeah, man. Bro, actually, some shit that looks like you got plastic surgery.
Borak, bro. As a part of this
Okay, and?
video, I've looked into the species. I'm a cold.
Honestly, bro, I think the biggest thing about attractiveness is how you carry yourself.
This guy can turn a 1-minute video into a 20-minute video.
Hey, that's the skill, brother. That's the skill. I might have some sort of attention disorder. I don't know. I've never been tested. That's a part of the fucking game, man. I could sit here and watch a 5-minute video for 4 hours.
And you could say this is like some glaze shit. I've seen a lot of guys that own how they dress. I think that's a big thing. What you wear changes. that's more than like
Type of evil villain.
dog in fucking Mew so I can fix my facial structure. Bro, if you like good drip and not like good drip where it's
Is
like
that why you're wearing a fucking tank top and a shitty chain?
I need to
Shitty chain. This chain's fucking worth as much as your car.
wear what people want me to wear.
What the fuck?
I mean, yes, it matters.
Shitty chain. It's a fucking gold Cuban. What do you mean shitty chain?
But holy fuck.
that you fuck with and you like and you own it, people find that attractive.
Dude, own that fucking style, bro.
What? No, I'm not saying, yo, I'm wearing a regular ass tank top. This wouldn't be like going out clothes. I'm not going to sit here and be like, yo, I'm going to go wear this. What I think the point that I'm making is like confidence is perceived as attractive, right? And I think the black pill community would say that confidence stems from attraction. But I would argue that confidence stems from inner like belief of attraction, right? Not how other people perceive you, right? Like if you're weighing how their perspective of you, if you're weighing their perspective more than your own, then that's gonna shoot insecurity through the fucking roof, right? Like you have to care more about how you look in your own brain than how other people perceive you. And the people that you can see it, obviously, like if you're out in public, there are people that carry themselves in a way that they feel, even if they're not like, you know, chads in like the objective sense, they're more attractive because they carry themselves in a, you know, fucking confident manner.
I'm not trying to say like Adam Sandler.
Wait. Let me show you.
Danny DeVito. Oh my God. Oh my, yo, literally Danny DeVito. Okay. Yes. Yeah, I get what you're saying where it's like, yeah, he's short, you know, the hair, you know, it's its own thing. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, Danny DeVito's a 10. But, like, Danny DeVito carries himself in a way that is more, it makes him more attractive than he would be if he was not confident.
So look at him owning this shit. Fucking Mauger.
Yeah, it's sick.
Holy fuck, dude.
Right, that guy's old, but, like, Adam Sandler owns his shit. Like, that's an attractive
Yeah,
thing.
bro.
To own the fucking baggy-ass basketball shorts. He looks like a cornball. Like, he wears cornball fucking clothes, but he owns it. And so nobody cares. It's not cringe. Like, if you own your shit, people are like, fuck with that. Because
So owning your clothes, that's something in your head that doesn't even exist.
What?
That doesn't even exist. So how are other people going to sense it if it doesn't even exist?
Subconscious cues? So, like, how you hold yourself, right? Like, how you, what I mean by owning your clothes is, like, the confidence you carry within your style, right? Like, you're dressing a way that you feel fits you, regardless of how you think society perceives that fashion, right? Does that make sense? I think there are ways where it's corny, like Jaden Smith, I don't like his fashion. I think it makes him look worse. But that's like my opinion. Like some of the clothes Jaden Smith wears, it's not like, I don't know. I don't like certain things. I don't know what this is. This might have some meaning behind it that I don't know, but like, yeah, I get with this. It's like, okay, yeah, owning that's also just like, okay. But I'm saying in the sense of like non-basic, conventionally normalized clothing.
They're going to see your clothes. They're going to see your face. Are they going to see if you own your clothes? No, that doesn't even exist. Idiot.
it's like,
No, but they're going to see how you're interacting with people, how you're having conversations. Are you enjoying yourself? Are you laughing? You know? Are you showing who you are at a bar versus the guy in the corner? Acting nonchalant, you know, tongue pressed against the top of his mouth. Fucking standing there. Like, bro, like, if enjoying yourself, like, you know, that's what I'm saying. It's like, don't stop acting nonchalant, you know, like, just be you, you know. I think that is attractive. Even if it's like not a physical thing, it's still shown. Your non-physical, I guess, personality traits show through physical action.
level of authenticity, rather than trying to be somebody that you're.
People watch, bro. You see it. If you're 21, go to a bar, sit in a corner like a goblin, and just watch people. You will see more attractive guys, objectively, get less girls than guys that hold themselves in a way that is perceivably more attractive.
Oh,
People
okay.
recognize fakeness, and they don't fuck with people that are fake. And a lot of times, like, BB community people are trying to be somebody that they feel like they need to be, rather than somebody that they are.
People or black pill
That's deep.
people. I've studied their behavior and learned their lingo. And
What did I say? I zoned out. Sorry. I saw somebody say, what drink do you get at a bar? And I zoned out, and I was thinking about it. I mean, that also might be like a playing factor. Like, there's so many small things that like subconsciously register within people. So I get what you're saying, like the physical attractive sense. It's like that matters. But there's so many other things outside of that too that I would also say are prerequisites.
And a lot of time, like BB community people are trying to be somebody that they feel like they need to be rather than somebody that they are.
People or black pill
That's deep.
people. I've studied their behavior and learned their lingo, and really, I don't like what I found. And just to be clear, black pill is more
Well, you sound like a fucking moron, so we don't care.
like an extreme version of Looksmaxxing. Not necessarily all Looksmaxxers, but you know, drag making that distinction. The first place I looked to study these creatures was TikTok. There's a good chance that you come across a black pill edit or two. Normally, what these consist of is a stitch of
Okay,
somebody's
no. The fucking music they use though is peak. I gotta say, if you see a BP edit, the video is fucking awful.
Wow, such a relatable normie take. Thank you.
But they edit it to where it's like, damn, this is like not convincing, but mildly interesting.
Why did that annoy him? What did I say that was? What did I say that? Like, he just like he like viscerally had a visceral reaction to that. He got like mad when I was like, oh, I like the music. He went
Saying,
something like, oh, looks don't matter, or someone that's not seen as conventionally attractive.
like because it's cringe that I shared a take that is like basic
Literally doing anything.
Yeah, but I'm
because I'm a normie. Because I'm a fugly normie. I'm a stupid chud.
kind, smart.
see, like that's so fucking sad. Not like this guy's a cock commenting that Sub-Zero looking at me, bro. Like, nah, you actually work at Burger King.
Yeah, that's a little cringe, but yeah, she looks horrible.
Bro, you work at Burger King and you don't have friends. Like, and you're sitting here commenting on people that fucking like.
What is the importance of those things? Okay, they work a job, and then they don't have people they call friends. So now what?
And they don't have friends. Somebody with friends is always perceivably more attractive, because being social is how you find a partner. Because humans are like not pack animals, but societal based beings.
Actually, not.
You know what I'll do? I'll actually let the chat talk more. All right, here you go.
This motherfucker commenting against this woman, like being an absolute dick about her appearance.
Thoughtful and caring, and those are things that matter more.
What if you can create your
Shut
own
up.
website by saying this?
Bro, get an ad blocker. Fuck. You're a YouTuber. Or get YouTube Premium. There's watching the ads.
This is what I want.
Why do you cut this out?
With
What if you got a hair trim? No. All right.
you can't.
Why is this in the fucking video? He's watching the ad.
What if you did get a hair transplant? You would look better, wouldn't you?
What did this poor lady do to you? Literally anyone can get hit with a black pill edit and nobody is safe. And only the people that make these edits obviously leave their face out because almost 100% of the time they look like this. But on the rare occasion where the editor includes themselves in,
He's giving you ad revenue. Facts.
it's so obvious every single time because you just see this ethereal looking
I just made 0.0001 pennies from that.
renowned model and then this nigga. Okay, just try and figure it out yourself. Let me show you an edit and I want you to figure out which one is the person that made it.
Okay, no, nice.
Did you?
Wait, so are you guys implying that looks is subjective because you can always identify who snuck in?
Valid point.
Interesting. Interesting Freudian slip there, Joe.
I feel like that one's a joke though. That one's a joke though.
Why would you think it's a joke? Based on his face, it's a joke or not? So you're telling me you can objectively assess if he's good looking?
Well, I think it'd be absurd to I think it's an absurd level of narcissism to relate yourself to people that you're picking out as objective 10s and then just wedge yourself into that, regardless of whether or not you are a 10.
Ooh, interesting.
Did you find them? Let's try another one.
Attraction subjective. Attraction's subjective on a multitude of things, but I think the black pill community kind of has an objective set of attractiveness items that are usually, by the majority of the population seen as, attractive. A symmetrical face, good bone structure. There's a few things.
Wait, if everyone can find them, that means it's objective, isn't it? Interesting.
I don't think that I'm disagreeing with the idea of a perceivably objective genetic attractiveness scale, right? Like I'm not disagreeing with the idea that a good bone structure is objectively attractive. I'm not disagreeing that facial symmetry is objectively attractive. I'm not disagreeing that my fat ass forehead is a -3 points on my 1 to 10 scale. But it's like, that's not it. That's not the only thing that matters.
Oh, wait, so everyone can find them.
People in the comments are just flaming this nigga too. This guy just replied with this image. Fitting. I don't know where this nigga thought he was going with this. That's not a sneak in, that's trespassing. When being nice.
So you guys all just proved black pill. Good job.
Not cussed anything. Okay, but on
Idiots.
TikTok you also find the higher ranking.
No. Because I think the argument for black pill is that is not just the prerequisite, but the main thing that matters. That's what I'm arguing against. I'm not arguing against their rating system. You know, if you want to rate me a 5, that's fine. You know, if I'm a fucking normie, I'm not going to be like, I'm not a fucking normie and get all fucking offended by it. It's fine. Like, the thing that, like, the points that he made about my face, I agree with, right? I just don't have an insecurity about them that I used to, right? Like, I don't fucking hyper focus on like, oh, my fucking forehead's fat as shit. Like, do I sometimes wish like my forehead wasn't as big and my cranium wasn't as wide? Maybe. But like, I'm not gonna tweak about, I'm not gonna fucking not sleep about it, you know?
BP people having mug-offs.
Bro, like, what the fuck? This is an
That's
actual
cringe
thing?
as fuck.
A mog off, and they're getting
That's
donations
cringe, yeah.
to see who looks better. This guy's making
Is my audio good? Let me know.
like a weird rock smolder right
Yeah, the audio's fine.
now.
Yeah, this editing is truly cancer.
This guy, I feel like this guy got the mog off probably. I vote him winning.
But can we address the elephant in the room though? This BP business is kind of zesty. Really look at the facts here, alright? We have men editing other men
Yeah, it's like full focusing on other guys' attributes and being like obsessive over how they look.
because
Are you guys implying there's something wrong with that?
if they look good. And I've looked at how these people act and speak.
No, but the black pill mindset is attractiveness is the main prerequisite for getting women generally, when it is outward or like perceivably, you know, obsessive over other men in like, you know, I feel like it's kind of obvious. Like, why am I trying to explain this?
They worship
You're doing a black pill thing to try and get women, but a part of the black pill, you know, mindset is like constantly ranking and looking at other men's attractiveness
smiling like a deity because they like the way
and like comparing yourself to other men.
that he looks. I don't know about you, but that sounds a little sus to me. You know, if they're taking back shots or not, that's not really my
Okay, yo, that's sus.
concern. I just have
I really do feel like Marlon has a very big BP community. Like, not even like he's trying to have it. It's just like, I bet Marlon
Do you feel that way?
has a lot of people that
I do feel that way. Yes. Thank you for asking. Thank you for asking, Face IQ.
just like him because they find him attractive. But it's also like a lot of people that like want to look like Marlon.
I don't want to look like him. I want to look like other people.
So I said gay.
but these BP people like to throw
You should want to look like you. That's the fucking point that I'm making. You know? I think you should always be like down to improve your health and your physical attractiveness, but you shouldn't like aspire to look like somebody else. You should just aspire to look like the best version of yourself.
around the term female gaze. The whole goal
Yeah,
of BP,
like you should have an authenticity.
I guess, is to capture the female gaze. And they actually do have a calculated way that they measure attractiveness. It's
Your editing is fucking brain rot. Just talk to the camera, dude. Like, put your face. How about you put your face on camera?
not just, oh, I think this guy looks better. And this is known as PSL. And
Bro, I don't know, man. I really feel like it's personality, bro. I have seen so many guys, girls way out of their league at bars because they're just really good at talking. And I'm not even saying flirting. Just
Well, let's just trust your anecdote over all the statistics then. Yeah, you know, like, let me show you a little something.
Height at a he's gonna say that women tend to match with men that are over 6 feet. Regardless of you being 5'11 and a half, the number matters more statistically. Yeah. I'm not saying anecdotally that is the case all the time. You know, I'm saying like if you go up to a woman at a bar and you're a 9 and nip slip and you're a 9 and you fucking try and flirt with her, but you're like, you know, what's up, babes? Let me get them digits. Cringe. Now a 7 walks up and sparks a conversation, you know, mentions he's charismatic, you know, he mentions something about her dress or her clothing and, you know, transitions into an actual conversation. They have, you know, some sort of spark between them, and then he kind of, you know, moves from there to a more flirtatious conversation, I guess. Does that make sense? It's like the charisma and the personality are just as much a prerequisite for landing a woman as the looks are in a physical setting, right? Like what you say to them matters. Like they're not like you're dumbing it down to like women see hot guy, they go for hot guy. Like it's more than just, you know, this guy's hot. I don't care if he's dull as shit.
Let's just trust your little let's just ignore this, which this is millions of data points.
Yes. No, that is true. Women do filter out shorter men.
Millions of data points on one of the...
And I think that is a problem, you know. I think that does suck, you know. It's not it is unfair for shorter men. I will agree. And I think conversely it's the same thing for taller women, you know. Women over 5'9" have trouble finding men because tall men go for short girls, short guys go for short girls, tall women go for tall men. So it's like, if you're a tall woman, you are actually struggling. I would say you're struggling in the sense of not struggling in the sense of getting matches more, because men, it's harder to get matches than women, but like actual relationships, it's harder for taller women to find, you know. I disagree. Well, I'm saying if you're usually tall men go for short women, short men go for short women. So who goes for tall women? You know, I'm not saying people don't, but like in the same sense, it's two sides of the coin. And I will agree, you know, physically, like I'm not going to disagree with this point. I won't. But I think this doesn't disprove my point at a bar. You know, like if you are able to show yourself in a charismatic way, that is perceivably attractive. Now, I'm not going to disagree, and this is what does suck, and I'm not trying to be, like, rude when I say this, but, yeah, if you're, like, 5'3" and a guy, and you walk up to a girl that's 5'9", and you try and hit on her, she might not give you the light of day, you know? And that sucks, but, like, that's why you got to fucking shoot your shot for other people, you know? Like, it's not...
Top ways people meet based on height and...
It's not like just... you're not doom and gloom if you're 5'5" and a guy. Like, you could still find women, you know? It's just... Yeah, it's guys that are like 6'5" are going to have it the best.
Female users filtering the height. Let's ignore this because of what you saw at a bar. That sounds smart. Let's do that.
Holding a conversation. Like, the amount of my friends, like, I would say Brooke's out of my league, right? I would say that she's much more attractive than me. I don't think, when we started dating, I don't think I was, like, some savant at talking, right? But, like, I think I got lucky, right? But I do have a lot of friends.
So you have a lot of subscribers and money, remember?
That I think are very interesting people. And I wouldn't say they're ugly.
I didn't when she started dating me. I've been dating my girlfriend for over 4 years now. I wasn't even really making a salary when we started dating. Like, I was making money on social media, but, like, now I make money. But I wasn't rich when I started dating Brooke, like, by any means. Like, we started dating October of 2021. Like, I was basically just starting out. Like, I had done TikTok for, you know, about a year prior. And I started streaming for, like, you know, maybe like 9 months or so. But I hadn't really made much. I hadn't made enough money for it to be, like, lucrative. I had just started kind of, like, tuning up in terms of like an audience.
But they outwardly say
so he's trying to like insinuate that like my clout and money got me a girlfriend.
Her girlfriends are like 4 tiers higher than them attractiveness wise. And it's like, it's not because they went on the BP route and they pulled her. It's like, no, they went up, had a conversation, found common interests, right? Liked each other. And it's like, then that...
I understand where he's coming from, but largely I've observed a pretty high SMV correlation between men and women. Like, you'll see, okay, the man, maybe he looks worse, but oh, he's tall, he's rich, he's this, he's that. You know, it's pretty paired up when you...
No, I'm not gonna disagree that having wealth makes you more attractive. But it's not in a like gold digging sense. It's like a security sense. Like you're probably less likely to find somebody being dead broke, you know, versus having money. Like, and not even in the sense of they're using you for that money. It's like you just have a sense of financial security. And a lot of finding a mate is desirable attributes that you like. Animalistically, you find a mate for somebody that you want to have kids with. That's not the case all the time now. There's people that have been married for 50 years, never have kids, you know. But like genetically and survivability wise, like a lot of you finding a mate subconsciously is like, I like this person, I could see them raising my kids, you know. And having money is an upside. Like, I'm not gonna say it's not, right? Like, because it's you're more able to financially support children, you know. Like, if you have a kid, you could get them through college.
When you observe But
That's how they find you attractive.
you know, it's pretty paired up when you observe. But
That's how they find you attractive. Like,
Alongside PSL, they also use the term appeal. Appeal is more just people finding you attractive regardless of your PSL. Now with PSL, this is where we get shit like this. This is what you call a PSL god.
no, it's actually not. You're in fucking complete brain rot.
oh my gosh.
But PSL god wouldn't necessarily have appeal. Because again, look at this shit. So I guess PSL is purely for the male gaze then. My zesty
Is that
theory.
a real photo? That's not a real photo. Chat, that's a real image? No. That is. That jaw structure is unreal, though. But that's what I'm saying, like, I'm not judging this guy by any means either. I feel like why is, like, I think it's just, like, the more, like, you look like a stone sculpture, the more attractive you are on a PSL scale.
This is
It's uncanny. There's a level of facial symmetry and attractiveness that actually becomes unattractive, in my opinion. Like, if you look so symmetrical that you don't look real. Like, there are people that are so attractive that it's like, oh, that's kind of like off-putting.
where we get shit like this. This is what you
Well, no, you don't understand that at all.
call a PSL god. But a PSL god wouldn't necessarily have appeal. Because again, look at this shit. So I guess PSL is purely for the male gaze then. My zesty theory is being proven again. And I find this is no better time than any to really dive into the BP terminology. First word, you probably already know, it's Chad. These are people that the BP community can collectively agree, look good. So mainly like these three models. And then we have Chad Light. What am I talking about, cunt? But anyways, this is just a little lower. You wouldn't really be considered a Chad, but I don't know if you have to apply for Chad status. Is that something that they do?
No, I always thought that you can't move.
I know he's also making fun of St. Don's editing style, which is like very like brain rottish, but I think it's for attention span, and I love it, man. Like, I know it's bad for like attention span of humans, but dude, he's just like image words, soundboard, image. There's people that do it too much. I think he does it normal. Like there's people that do it more than him.
Up. Like far, right? In the BP community, well, you could like make yourself more attractive and move up, but like if you're sub 5, you're never gonna be a Chad in the BP community. But if you're like a Chad Light,
Depends on your base. It's possible.
if you got like
How? See, that's where I'm not. Now I really want to understand the BP community, because if you're a sub 5 in the BP mindset, how are you leveling up to a Chad? What? Because, oh, like if you're obese, well, like you don't have, like, so like what you're saying, like, oh, really bad haircut, terrible style, you know, you're not taking care of your skin, stuff like that.
with their haircut, maybe like they'll fucking up you. I don't know.
But if you're an unidentified attractive person, you're what's known as an unknown slayer. Like this random ass kid in the back of this video, he went viral on TikTok for a little bit. People calling him unknown slayer. Another example is this one guy. I just wanted to point it out because of this comment. Nigga said, bro is real life Marlon.
Real life Marlon, like Marlon's
That implies Marlon's not in real life.
an anime character that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
What the fuck does that mean, bro? I'm telling you, they worship this nigga Marlon like a deity. They don't even consider him real. And if you're the very pinnacle
Who's they? I don't worship him.
attractiveness, you're what's known as a true Adam. And this one guy they call a true Aladdin because he's Middle Eastern. There's not really a pattern there because that's the only example
What's like the average video this guy? Private Looksmaxxing school and face ratings. Oh, dude, he sells like a course. What's like his most viewed video? Ugliest facial features tier list. Your face decides who swipes right in real life. But that's like, yeah, yes, the majority of, you know, dating relationships start through online dating apps. But it's like the swipe, bro, you could ask anybody that's used dating apps, and the amount of swipes that have turned out to be duds is endless, you know? Like, you could have 100 matches. You might only go on a date with 3 of them, and 1 of them will be the person that you end up actually being, you know, the boyfriend or girlfriend to. Like, and I think that in itself is kind of showing that just because you look good doesn't mean you're going to match, you know? Doesn't mean that that person's going to mend well with you. I get it's the prerequisite. I'm more so just saying it's not everything. 4 years of Looksmaxxing advice in 18 minutes. The ultimate 2025 food tier list. Is that for Looksmaxxing? My full Looksmaxxing surgery plan. Oh my God. Bro, like, I don't think he needs, you know, it's do whatever you want with your life. But it's like, I don't think this guy needs surgery. Like, I feel like he is just a good looking dude.